and welcome back to The Movies Made Us Do It. Dusting off the microphone. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm pretty good, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. Life, shit
Yep.
happens, but
It's,
we're with this to be clear, this podcast is never going anywhere. We're going to
yeah.
keep doing this forever until
It's
one of us dies. But obviously, more important things happen in life. Needed
yeah.
step away. But we're gonna be back to regular soon.
Hopefully, yes.
Maybe not immediately. We'll do when we
Yeah.
can, but we will be back to regular eventually. So, just to be clear, we're not going anywhere. But anyway, do you want to kick us off? We're doing new movies this week.
Okay.
God, it feels weird. It feels like it's been so long. I'm like, do I even know how to podcast anymore? It's weird because the thing is, like, more than anything, I've just missed talking to you because like we haven't talked for like a month, and I talk to you more than I talk to pretty much anyone because I'm guaranteed to talk to you once a week, and it's been like, I really want to talk to Matt about this.
Yeah, other than
And
my wife.
and now, because my brain is fucked, I've forgotten everything I wanted to talk to you about. So
That's it. I got to start writing things down again.
yeah, exactly.
Making notes of them. All right. Well, I'll start with the Thursday Murder Club.
All right. So I know nothing about.
Okay,
this one.
this is
other than the cast looks amazing.
Yeah. So this is based on the book by Richard Osman, who,
Right.
if you don't know, he is the guy behind Pointless and things like that.
Okay.
And he does Richard Osman's House of Games. So he's like this sort of he's the boffin guy from Pointless.
Sure.
And he wrote this. I think now it's a series of books. And now we've got this adaptation, which I sat down with my wife to watch this, and we thought it was a series. So we started watching it, and about halfway through, my wife says, "This is a really long episode, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." We sort of pressed pause. It's like, "Oh no, it's an actual movie." Okay, that explains a lot.
Which makes me happy because I don't have, I rarely have time in my life to watch a series.
Right.
So I get constantly disappointed. I go on Netflix and Prime or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. Netflix are the worst for it, I find, where I'm like, oh, that looks awesome, and then I'm like, it's a series. I can't. If it's a movie, I've got 2 hours right now. I don't have fucking like 8 episodes, 8 hours right now. I don't have a working day to give to this show. But
well, I will start off by saying this probably should have been a series and not a movie.
Okay. Which goes the other way. Usually, when you watch a show, you're like, "This could have been a film."
Yeah.
So this one, in this case, actually could have been a series.
Yeah. No, I've not read the book.
Right.
But from what I've gathered from what people have said, they change some of the arcs and they cut out whole sort of bits of the book, which so it's and I think one of the characters is slightly different. So they've obviously changed a few things.
Yeah.
And it seems to have disappointed a lot of the readers. They all seem to say it should have been a series.
Well, that's interesting. So, because
but
how did you find it as a non-reader?
So I actually quite enjoyed it.
Mm.
It's that sort of it's the cozy British murder mystery.
Yes, which is what I hoped from what I read.
It's sort of closer to sort of something like I don't want to say Midsummer Murders because that's fucking awful, but it's that sort of thing, the sort of slightly more sort of humorous sort of murder mystery thing.
Yeah.
So it's basically it's set at a retirement sort of community in this massive like stately home.
Right.
And you've got Helen Mirren's Elizabeth, Pierce Brosnan's Ron, Ben Kingsley's Abraham, and Celia Imrie's Joyce. And basically, the three Elizabeth, Ron, and Abraham, they've got this Thursday murder club where they take over one of the rooms that's supposed to be for puzzles and things, and they talk about old murder cases that have not been solved, or they go through the evidence and
Are,
So
are
you got
they are they ex detectives, or are they just doing this for a hobby?
Elizabeth is an ex spook.
Okay.
So she's basically the same character she is from Red,
I was literally just gonna say that. Yeah.
pretty much. So she's the same character from Red.
Which is a
Um,
great character. So
yes.
yeah.
Ron Pierce Brosnan's character is a union leader, ex-union leader.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I just say as an aside, I am loving Pierce Brosnan's later career.
yep.
You know, a lot of
Yeah.
these actors are just fucking killing it in
Uh-huh.
their twilight years of acting. You know.
Well, there's a Mark Miller comic, um, which is I think I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically about an old spy coming out of retirement sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the sort of pictures, it basically looks like Pierce Brosnan's Bond, like
Okay.
old. So there are rumors
Didn't
that
Brosnan? Yeah, he was on a talk show and he
he
kind of
was
pitched that, right?
he said he wanted to play old Bond, and
I'd
I mean,
watch that.
is much as Brosnan's not my favorite Bond. I mean, he's fucking miles better than the last one. So
I
you
loved
know,
that early Brosnan, especially Goldeneye. Goldeneye's a superb Bond
yes,
movie.
Goldeneye's great. I will admit Goldeneye's great.
When you
But
get into the we've got a stealth boat and we're making killing people, we're gonna start a
yeah,
war for
the,
newspaper sales.
the guy with diamonds in his face, and
Oh my god! And the guy who can't feel pain.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
um,
the diamond face guy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Get back to this because
yes. You know, there is rumors that they're adapting it, and I would definitely love to see Pierce Brosnan being the an older spy sort of guy. I think
it'd
that
be
would be
awesome.
fantastic. Um, yeah. So Ben Kingsley's Abraham is was a psychiatrist, and Celia Emery's Joyce has just moved into the sort of community, and they they realise that they need a somebody with a medical background, and she is a nurse. She was a nurse,
Right.
so they sort of approach her when she, you know, they show her some uh, murder victim pictures, and she's like, "Oh gosh," and she's like looking at them, and she's like, "Oh, well, this much blood is," you know. She sort of says, and like, "Oh, good, you've got medical experience. Maybe you could come and sort of join us later at our sort of thing." And you know, then there you start off, so that you get this sort of initial thing into looking into this. I think it was a crime from either 70s or 80s. I forget which one it is. Possibly the 80s, where a woman was sorry, a boyfriend comes home to see his wife or his girlfriend being thrown out of a window, but she was stabbed before, so she's fallen out of the window and she's got a knife in her. And then the person was never seen, and then he disappeared as well.
Right.
So that's the initial sort of setup for them. Meanwhile, you've got you know, you've got other sort of things. You've got things like Elizabeth's husband, played by Jonathan Pryce, is he's got dementia. He was a writer that's got dementia, so you've got the sort of that sort of aspect to it. And you've
Uh
got
huh.
Tom Ellis, who is Pierce Brosnan's son, who was an ex-boxer, who sort of now got like a TV career, and he's doing dancing on ice and all that sort of stuff. And you've got this sort of David Tennant being in villain mode, who wants to sell the cemetery that is next to this house, and then sell it and turn it all into flats and get rid of all the old people.
Okay.
So then you've got that, and then
Tennant's good at the villain as well. So
yeah, he is pretty good at
yeah.
the. So then you get an actual murder. You get the guy, one of the guys who owns the place, gets murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and from there it becomes a looking into this old murder case, and then looking into what's going on, and you get uh this young policewoman, Naomi, sorry, Donna, who is she's there to she turns up at the home to give a talk on security and old people safety and stuff.
Right.
And they just basically like Shanghai her into helping them. And you've got Daniel Mays playing the sort of the bumbling overweight guy who's in charge of the murder case, who's like completely useless, and you know is sort of doing his best even though he's crap, and it's them sort of doing all that sort of stuff. So you get the sort of the whole
And
like
presumably he's like this is my case. Stay out of it, you old fucks. Even though he's
Yeah,
useless at it. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and they sort of invite him round and Joyce makes these wonderful cakes, and they sort of like feed him, and they turn the heat up in the room so that he's hot, and they
Okay.
sort of they get all the information out of him, through sort of through kind of silly means.
Yeah.
It's a very silly murder mystery thing, but it's really fun,
It
and
sounds like really wholesome fun.
it is. It's really good. Everybody's sort of doing their part. They're all I mean, it's all. What I would be surprised if they all turned in terrible performances because the
That
fucking
cast, yeah.
exactly. It's like the four of the best actors you could possibly find. You know,
I mean,
supported by
if this film, if you were, I was thinking in my head, if you were going to say this film is terrible, it's
Mm,
100% the fault of the script and the director because
yeah.
this cast is amazing.
You can tell that it does suffer from it times it sort of there are bits that slightly drag and then it feels like, oh quick, let's get this bit over, and you're like, oh,
Okay.
okay, so you do get that sort of you know they over concentrate on one bit and then they completely fucking almost sidetrack another bit, and you're like, well, I would have liked to have known more about that bit, please. Can we go back to that? So you could definitely see where they've cut stuff down.
Yeah.
um I mean, the supporting cast is great, and what you got Richard E. Grant, you got Jeff Bell, Ingrid Oliver, Paul Freeman, who the problem with Paul Freeman is it's very hard to not see him and not see Bellick, even now when he as an old guy, or
Yeah.
the Reverend from Hot Fuzz.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a sort of a minor part who's sort of like he's great, and you've got Ruth Sheen who's wonderful, and it's just got an amazing cast. And what's really funny is so Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, and Jeff Bell all. It feels like they were probably working on this while they were also working on oh, what's that oh, the Guy Ritchie series,
Oh, I didn't see it.
Mobland. Mobland.
Yes.
They're all from Mobland and
Mm.
playing
Because you
very.
said that was superb, right?
It's a wonderful series.
Mm.
It's one of the best things I've seen. It's probably the best series I've seen all year, and it's wonderful. It's really really good. I mean, they're the characters in that are entirely different than they are in this, but you do get the sort of this feeling that they kind of like stepped off of one set and walked onto another.
You're like moonlighting in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing this show, doing this movie.
Between being
Yeah.
horrible Irish gangsters, and
Oh,
they're
maybe it
now
was like a palate cleanser, you know? They're like, oh,
like,
I need to get this fucking evil bastard out of my head. Let's go do this, like, this murder mystery.
Helen Mirren is absolutely vile in that series.
Mm.
It's one of those times where you go, oh, I fucking hate this character so much, but I'm so glad that Helen Mirren is playing her because she's playing her so fucking well.
Yeah.
You love to hate that character in that series, and in here she's just sort of sort of lovable spook, ex spook sort of thing, and she's even driving an Aston Martin at one point.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, it was my retirement present from MI6 sort of thing, and it was just, which is quite funny. So it is very silly at parts, and there's the usual sort of there's the very British humour, and it's just sort of gentle. I think if you're going in expecting a sort of serious murder mystery, then you're going to be very disappointed. This is not that. This is that. This is the sort of British um a British humoured murder mystery that sort of more of this sort of like you used to get those the sort of slightly more silly Marple ones, like the
Yep.
Margaret Rutherford ones, where it's like she's more sort of funny and bumbly.
Yeah.
It's more that sort of than the sort of the later Marple ones where she's very serious and very like so it's that kind of thing, and it's good. It's some of the obviously sometimes you get this like where they're walking along a street and you're going, "Ew, that is not a real street. That looks terrible." But it's what do you expect? Yeah, it's just got a great cast. It's just really fun, and it's not serious, and I would recommend it as a sort of throwaway movie, and I'd quite happily sit and watch another. I
Well,
think
maybe they will
there are
do
other books.
another. You know.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the Netflix's more popular shows, films.
I saw it was in their rating. You know, they do the top 10, don't they?
Hmm.
I did see it was in there at some point. So yeah, it's obviously
Yeah,
done pretty well.
yeah, it's just a fun with some really good, older actors.
Hmm.
It's a nice little bit of fluff that's not going to sort of task you or anything,
Yeah,
or I don't think disappoint you as long as you're not expecting too much of it.
sure.
It's just fun. It's got, and I said the cast alone, you know, runs along brilliantly, and it's a good fun thing that I would highly recommend to anybody who likes a bit of sort of tongue in cheek murder mystery stuff.
Yeah, cool. Well, I will certainly give that a go. Sounds like a nice Sunday movie to me. You know.
Yeah, it's perfect Sunday afternoon movie.
Well, let's do the big one.
Okay.
Um, Matt,
Yep.
have you ever you are a comic book fan?
Yes, I am.
I know you're also a Superman fan.
I
Topic
am
of
indeed.
this rant.
Yeah.
Um, how, right, so back in the day when you were
Yeah.
collecting comics, or
Yeah.
maybe the first time, and you go into a comic book store and you pick a random fucking issue and you open it, a random
Yeah.
issue of some random character, and
Yeah.
you open it and it's like mid-story and it's batshit, and you're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going
Yeah.
on?
Well,
That is Superman.
I'll, I'll tell you something that my mum used to do.
Uh,
Bless her. Is she she knows I collect. I used to. Well, I mean, I don't. I haven't
oh, she would
collected
try
for
and
a while.
help and then buy like
Yeah, so she would
rando.
buy. She has no idea about
No, of course
superheroes.
not.
Right? She
Yeah,
doesn't know about the different, makes and the different, all that sort
no.
of stuff.
I
She'd see a
wish I
comic.
didn't.
She'd give you the comic, and you sort of have to go. Thanks, Mum. This is really good. I have no idea who these superheroes are, and it's in the middle of a story that I have no idea what's going on. So
Well, now we've
it's
got the
from that.
film version of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We are of course talking about Superman 2025, which I will say,
Mm.
and you can take this however you want to take it. This is the most superhero film I have ever seen in my life. This is the most
Okay,
superhero comic book movie I have ever seen in my life.
okay.
Ever. Ever. This movie. Fucking hell. I will say, right, first of all, I will say,
Mhm.
right off the bat,
Yeah,
the cast, the actors are superb.
yeah.
I pretty much loved the roles from top to bottom, except for Lex, which I hated.
Oh, okay.
I did not like. I love Nicholas Hoult. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
not like Lex in this movie at all. Everyone else, especially Mr. Fantastic, was it? I thought he was great.
Yeah,
I
Mr.
really enjoyed him.
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific, sorry. Yeah, I've already forgotten. Uh, he was fantastic. I really liked him. And
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
David Cornsweet was fine as Superman.
He
And
has moments, yeah.
Rachel Brosnana, she,
Brosnahan.
she amazing. She was great. I really liked her as
Uh,
Lois.
I she was probably the best character.
I agree. I agree.
She's the best. She's that's kind of how I see Lois Lane. She did
Yes.
a great job of being Lois, I think,
Mm.
which I kind of expected because I know her from Mrs. Maisel, which is a really good series, and she's a great actress. And I would have been surprised if she would have been shit, but
Yeah. So
think
I genuinely thought, and I mean Nicholas Hoult is doing a fine job of whatever role he's been given there. I just
do you
didn't
know what
particularly enjoy Lex.
I really hated was how inconsistent he was.
Yes.
There are these great moments where he's genuinely sort of a bit scary and a bit
Mm.
and then he's all sort of like blubbery and like
Yeah.
whiny, and you're like, but that's like two different characters. This is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, are you trying to make me fear him or
or
laugh
think
at
he's
him?
pathetic. Yeah. Um. Which, you know, Gene Hackman's Lex, they kind of knew when to make him funny and when to make him more menacing, and you know, he was consistently a business tycoon the whole
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we should go into the plot, which is all over the place. But
Well, I mean, the start is the clip they released.
yes, which is odd. So you think that's halfway through the movie? That is literally the opening of the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't hate that initially, where it was like, okay, like he's been hurt for the first time. He's vulnerable for the first time. He's had his first defeat. He got involved in a war in Boravia.
Yeah, somewhere like
that. And they're being invaded from a neighboring country, and Superman was intervened to stop the war from happening or stop the conflict. And the public are very split on this. Some of them are like, "Hey, you getting involved in wars now? Like, you shouldn't be doing that, Superman. You're meant to save cats out of trees, not go and stop wars. Now you're getting too far." And of course, the U.S. government are not particularly happy about this. Neither is the government of the government of Boravia or whatever. They're thrilled. Everyone else is kind of horrified that he's done this. And so Boravia's the ones that are invaded. They're the ones that are really fucked off.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the other one.
I've just remembered because the metahuman is called the Hammer of Boravia, which is So so they're really annoyed. They send a metahuman of their own, and he beats up Superman. It's the first time Superman has been defeated. And then he calls for Crypto, and Crypto's there. The dog, they don't bother explaining how the dog's there. He's just there. Like everything in this movie, it's just there. And then he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, and he's got the robots in the Fortress of Solitude.
Who were like, again, that whole fucking scene of them like, oh, we don't have personalities and feelings, but we've got personalities and feelings.
It's so inconsistent.
Like, what? Okay, sure.
Yeah, like they're like, we don't have emotions. But then there's like
one's like, oh, he looked at me.
Yeah, there's like a female identifying one. There's like, oh, he looked at me. Oh, and you're like, well, I thought you didn't have feelings. What the fuck? And then the other one later on is like, oh, I want to be called Gary or whatever. And you're like, well, that was a fun gag, but really? Anyway, I don't know. I don't really know how to even talk about this movie without spoiling parts of it.
I don't think it matters, honestly.
It's so incoherent, and it's so comic book in the worst ways. So, as an example, and I couldn't fucking believe this, about not less than 15 to 20 minutes into this movie, with zero explanation, we find out that Lex Luthor has a black hole creator and a pocket dimension that he's pulled right out of his ass. No one questions this, and they never explain how he came across this, that he's been developing it. Nothing. Nothing.
And he's basically got a prison there as well.
He's got a prison there where he keeps people and all these different aliens and
people that have annoyed him, or like ex-girlfriends who've blogged about him. It's like, oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. He's got a black hole portal device that someone built for him, or he built, or who knows. Spoilers. There's a clone of Superman in this, which I know that's Bizarro, right? Is a clone of Superman?
Well, yeah, it's basically.
But like with no explanation, they just the first movie out. Like people criticized, and rightly so, Zack Snyder for shoving way too much into like Batman v Superman and like going all in right immediately. That is nothing like this. This is like unbelievable.
It's the real big pisser for me on the whole Zack Snyder thing was the whole. Oh, you're bringing in Doomsday now. Why? We haven't even established him properly yet, and you're already killing him off. What the fuck?
But then we get, by contrast, we get this movie that doesn't bother establishing anything at all. It's just like, everything's here. Cool.
Which the thing is I like the whole idea of we don't need another.
No,
We don't need to see him leave Krypton. We don't need to see the whole growing up stuff. Really, I
I
mean,
totally
maybe
agree.
a couple of flashbacks would have been okay, but we don't really need because we all know who fucking Superman is. We all know
Yeah.
where he's come from. We all know all that sort of stuff. So you don't really need to do that.
Mm.
But just
No,
a
no, I agree.
little more groundwork on the building of him and Lois's
Oh yeah.
relationship, and a little bit more, you know, establishing that he's, just see him, just a couple of quick shots, seeing him rescue cats from trees and
Yeah.
fighting, stopping bank robberies or whatever.
Yes. 100%. And that is a central problem with this movie. Like and this is nothing to do with David Cornsweet or
Mm.
Rachel Brosnahan, who were both great in the roles. This is a script issue. They spend nowhere near enough time together to
Nope.
where I buy their relationship. Even
Yeah,
at the end of the movie, they barely had any screen time,
yeah.
and it's just like what, like I like that you've skipped the I'm Clark Kent, no I'm Superman, but give us some proper scenes together.
Yeah.
Because you do that initially, and you're like, "Oh, cool! He knows, and she knows, and they're gonna have some like really interesting talks and discussions together." And instead of that, it's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna interview you for the paper now," and it's like, "Ugh,
It
really?
felt like they tried to do that. It felt like that they thought that that was what that scene was
I
doing, but
don't
it
think it
wasn't.
worked."
No.
No.
All it did was basically make them antagonistic towards each other,
Yes, and then
and
split
then have
up,
yeah, and
kind
then
of.
have Clark walk out, and you're like, okay,
Yeah. Like I thought after the interview, he'd get hot about it,
mm,
and then she'd talk him down, and they would reconcile in the place, make food,
that would have
have
been
more
nice.
dialogue. You get to understand the frustrations on both sides of this
Fucking
relationship.
watch Lois and Clark. Watch how bloody
Yeah, right.
watch they used to react, act to each other in their apartment.
Yeah.
Watch that. Fucking do
There's
that. It's not hard.
there's like 500 episodes of that. Go
Yeah.
go watch that. There's plenty of examples of that.
Yeah, those two fucking, their relationship in that series is wonderful, and they're both great in this. And do you know this felt to me like that those oh god, what's his name, the Emma Stone and thingy Spider-Man movies.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Those movies are fucking awful.
Mm.
Those two actors are fucking brilliant.
Yes,
They are
100%.
He is a great Spider-Man. She was a great, Gwen Stacy. They should have been in a different movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Those movies are suck. That's what this feels like. This feels like you've got two great actors, you know, being well, Cornswet was a bit inconsistent at times, I thought.
I'm not
And
sure that's his fault because this film is
no, I don't think
inconsistent.
it's his fault. I think that's what that they gave him
Yeah.
to fucking do. And I sadly I kept seeing that derpy picture of him with the boss eyes.
Why did they put that in all of the
I
publicity?
don't
that,
know.
that was a weird
It,
choice.
it was not a good look, and it my brain just kept going to that every time he was flying. And the flying's terrible.
Yeah.
The flying looked awful, which is like it's a
They
pretty
they
big
nailed that in the
thing to do.
70s.
Yeah, exactly.
I
They
mean,
managed to
come
put
on.
some spring and some good, wire work, and yet they couldn't pull it off with bloody what I'm guessing is billions of dollars worth of effects.
I would imagine. And I feel like and this is coming from someone I don't really like Superman. I know you're a big fan of Superman.
I love Superman.
It felt
Superman.
like James Gunn did not want to make a Superman movie.
No, he's completely fucking wrong for a Superman
Well,
movie.
he
And
said
this proves it.
I remember distinctly, and I think we covered it on this show. He
Mhm.
said ages ago that I didn't know I didn't really know how to do a Superman movie. I didn't really want to do a Superman movie, but I
No.
figured out a way to do it. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what something along those lines is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he said. And now
pretty
we
much.
know it was basically to not make a Superman movie at all. It's a movie
That's
featuring Superman.
I saw Mark Miller was on something, and he said, "What the fuck's he talking about? It's fucking easy to make a Superman movie." He
Well,
said, "Just
yeah.
fucking, it shouldn't be a problem to make a Superman story." And yeah, you can tell it's full of Gunnisms.
Oh my
Like
god, he loves that
every
Justice fucking League, whatever they
oh,
are.
this gang or whatever the fuck they are. Oh, I love Nathan Fillion and I like Guy Gardner, but he was fucking awful. Hawk Girl was fucking awful. Uh,
I will
Mr.
say, as awful as
Mr.
Hawk
Terrific,
Girl
and I'm not
was,
a big Mr. Terrific fan, but he
I
was
thought
really
he was really good,
good.
and
Yeah,
by the way, shares more screen time with Lois than fucking Superman does.
yeah,
So
does.
he's got that
And
going for him too.
he's more fucking heroic. He gets more
Yeah,
hero moments than fucking Superman
he
does.
does, and he's cool as fuck.
Yeah,
I will say, as much as Hawk Girl is awful in this, I did feel like her attitude in certain scenes mirrored my feelings watching the movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
was kind of like, okay.
Yeah. She just wants to get on with it
When she
and
sat on
doesn't
the
want to.
sofa and doesn't give a fuck,
Yeah.
that's exactly how I was feeling at that exact moment. So I kind of vibed with her a little bit.
I really hated the way that Superman just wasn't really given enough Superman moments.
No. And then they do really weird things. Like, they give fucking, like, Jimmy Olsen. Everyone fancies Jimmy Olsen or some
Yeah, what
shit.
the fuck was that all about?
Like, what is this?
Girls find Jimmy
Oh
Olsen
my
like,
god.
completely irresistible. Why?
Fucking.
Is it some sort of natural pheromone he's got or something? I don't know. I did like Miss Tessmacher.
Yes, I agree.
It was fucking annoying at times, but it worked for what they were doing, and
I
I liked
liked
the
the
whole.
reveal. I liked the
Yeah,
reveal at the end. That was
it was
kind of cool.
that was good fun. Um, Again with the James Gunn thing, every other character is a fucking moron. Every other character is this
Yes.
sort of bumbling, like, oh look at me, this is my part. I'm gonna do this. You've got fucking almost every one of Lex's scientists, including the weird Otis guy.
Yeah.
You've got Cat Grant, who basically just jiggles, which I quite liked. It was nice to look at, but that wasn't Cat Grant. You've got the what was he, a sports reporter or something? What the fuck? Who the fuck was that? What,
I have
I mean,
no idea. But then
what
again,
was?
I don't read the comics, so I'm just watching this like I guess that's a character. I don't
I
know.
think he is, but he's one that I'm not. I don't remember. But it's just like why is he they so goofy? I mean, it's the whole bit like when they're in the spaceship. There's like, oh, we need to go up to the roof to get on the ship, and then we're bringing him. Why are we bringing him? Oh, it's because there's a gag about 5 chairs and 6 people,
Yeah.
and he has to sit in the middle. Okay, why are we doing that? What does that bring to the story?
It is like James Gunn for this movie in particular just wrote gags and then
Yeah,
worked back from the gag rather than writing
yeah,
plot and then finding
yeah.
humor in the plot.
And you fucking cast bloody oh god, the bunk from the Wire. Oh
Yeah.
blimey, what's his bloody name? Oh, that's so annoying. You cast him as Perry White, and you do fuck all with him. He's not
Wendell
even
Pierce.
Wendell Pierce. Thank you. He's not even a background character really. He gets like 2 scenes where he's chomping on a cigar and he gets to talk to Lois,
And
and it's,
and
oh,
to be
okay.
clear, when I first saw Wendell Pierce in this, I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah,
When I first saw him in it, I was like, he's going to be an excellent Perry White.
yeah,
Excellent. And then they do nothing with him.
yeah. It's like, and the whole fucking oh, I've translated his thing, and it's this, and it's like, oh, it's not the first time that they've made them, the Kryptonians bad.
Did I read somewhere that they changed the ending? Because the version I saw,
Hmm,
because wasn't it originally? Oh God, I can't even remember now. I think they did something to change the whole thing around. Oh no, that's right. So I think I think, and I could be totally wrong. I'm misremembering this, but I think they changed at the end of this movie originally. I think he watches his alien parents, and
hmm.
they changed it in the streaming release to be his Earth parents at the end that he's watching.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I
I don't know.
believe.
It might be. I don't know. It's. I mean, ugh, it's like, okay, fine, that's what you're doing. But they did. Surely it would have been a good thing for them to go. Oh no, Lex thing. But no, Guns apparently come out and said, "Oh no, it's true. That's what they
Yeah,
you know
they just did that.
they have done that. They've sent him to Earth to have a harem and to have to conquer, and it's like, okay, fine,
Mm.
whatever. I'm kind of sick of them trying to make, you
It
know,
makes no sense anyway.
yeah,
Like
no,
he's literally the most super strongest creature on the whole entire planet.
yeah,
If he wanted to do that, why is he saving people and doing good things? Like he doesn't need to do that at all.
no,
Like he doesn't need to do any of that.
no.
Like he would be the most horrific thing in the world if he wanted to be.
There's plenty of
All of
versions
these
of
evil schemes is like, well, why is there this big contrived plot? He's
there are
literally
plenty of
Superman. He can do what he wants.
that. You know, Red Sun is one of those
Well, yes, exactly.
stories, which is a really good story actually.
It's a great story. It's probably one of the few I actually enjoy.
One of the alternate ones, yeah. Um, and oh god, his mom and Pa Kent were fucking awful.
Mercifully, barely in it.
Thankfully, barely in it. But why did they make them such bumbling hicks?
It was a bit strange.
I do not believe that those people would have instilled
Anything?
really good values into
No.
young Clark to make him the Superman he is.
I 100% agree. It's bizarre.
I mean, what? How? Why? Would I? It's such a weird choice to make them so redneck. It was just weird.
Can I also say that um right, saying over a you know, some kind, let's call it radio or digital, over
Yeah.
a digital headset, saying moves for someone to do
Yeah.
is never going to be faster than someone just fucking doing
Actually
it.
doing it. Yeah.
Like this movie's like, he's like, oh no, do move B7,
Yeah.
and
B7.
and somehow Superman, I guess, he's just stood there the whole fucking time he's saying this. Like, okay, I'll just wait for you to punch me.
Well, the thing is, I like the idea that Lex has studied Superman and he's got this clone of Superman.
But wouldn't it have made more sense if he just kind of taught him all of his weaknesses rather than like, I'm gonna mouth every move.
Yeah, and I've got
what the fuck?
And not only that, I've got 10 people inputting those commands.
Let's even remove the actual person equation, okay? So me and Matt are playing Street Fighter 2. Matt gets to actually control it, and I have to tell someone else what buttons to press. Who's gonna win? Like, it's so dumb. It's such a dumb idea.
No, not low kick, high kick, high kick.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing is I can see the idea is cool. It's the
It's
sort
the
of
execution.
Yeah, Lex the idea that Lex is studied him and is planned for his moves and knows how to beat him.
Yeah,
is cool. The idea of him calling out fucking moves is fucking stupid.
It's really dumb. And you know, hey, I'm not a big comic book movie fan these days, so maybe it's just that. I just think, you know, and where are all the people that complained about Snyder shoving too much into movies?
Oh, dude.
I don't think I think your first movie, I think in your first movie having black hole pocket dimensions that someone's just fucking invented, having super dog, having clone of Superman, maybe it's a bit early, having the whole Justice Department or whatever the fuck they are, like having a Hulk girl and a Green Lantern and fuck knows what else. Like maybe it's a little early, you know? Can we just have a Superman movie first?
It's a fucking bad start to the DC fucking universe reboot. It really is.
Well, I am not sold on Supergirl either. I can tell you that.
No, I do not want to see drunk Supergirl. I'm sorry.
I don't think I want to see any more of this. And I was watching this and I was like, well, you know, my favorite DC character is Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Am I really going to see James Gunn's Batman? Like, or Batman under James Gunn's? Maybe he's not directing, but it's his. You know,
yeah, it's going to be his
show running. No. And he's already
No.
said his favorite character is Batmite, and I'm like, yeah, that follows. Actually,
Yeah, that
watching this movie,
is.
I 100% understand.
Well, they even
Um,
they don't say it outright, but there's a bit which is so fucking weird. There's a bit in this movie where um they they've established this they've the world has been told what the message from his parents are.
yeah, it's been played. No one questions that it might just be fake.
Yeah, and
And then they're like, oh, no, because Fox News said it's real.
yeah.
And
So
I'm like, so everyone in this world just buys what the press say, I guess? Do they?
you go to Lois's apartment, and Superman comes through the window, and in the background you've got a fight going on with
That
the
he doesn't give a fuck about.
but he does say, "Oh, it's just some interdimensional imp," which I'm guessing is Mister Mitsapikalitz.
Right.
I'm guessing,
You
but they
know, if
don't
I was
really
Lois,
say
I
that.
would have been like, it could still kill a few people before they
Yeah,
defeat it, though. Do you want to
yeah,
not speed that process up a little bit? You're just happy for people to get killed.
yeah.
Oh my
And
god. That
and also, how many times does he get saved by the fucking dog? What, like 3 times?
3 times or something.
Yeah.
That just triggered a memory in my brain
Which one?
about this movie. I have to bring this up.
Mm,
Humans in this
yeah,
movie, the public,
yeah.
are thick as shit. They just stand there. They just like that kaiju fight. They're all
They
just stood
really,
there. They just stand there
yeah.
and watch while this fucking monster just tries to stomp on there. I'll just stand here, I guess.
Well,
Or I'm in this skyscraper right next to this car. I guess we'll just
the
stand here and
protracted
watch.
gag about the guy sat there eating his yogurt while
But
watching
it's
what's
not
going on.
just him. It's everyone. There's like
Mhm.
offices full of people. They're just stood there, just
Yeah,
watching. What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Even the regular people in this movie don't act like people.
No, no. Oh, he did get one. He got two heroic moments. He got to save a little girl, and he got to save a squirrel.
The squirrel made me laugh. That's probably the only thing that I
That's
kind of
actually
enjoyed.
fine. That made me sigh. Oh
Yeah.
god, I hated the whole when when they're in the dimension and he's got the baby metamorpho and he's like going down that river of antimatter or whatever the fuck it was.
Whatever it was, yeah. That Lex Luthor designed, I guess, or found. I don't know.
What all that sort of nanite crap and
Mm.
floating around is like this looks terrible. Why did you make it look like this? And and the engineer as well. What they did to the engineer was like, oh god.
Oh, who's the engineer?
The Hispanic woman with the like that could had all the
Oh,
nano.
yes. Yeah.
She's from the Authority, and and
Okay.
and, and so she's from technically she and Stormwatch and stuff like that. So she's from the Wildstorm universe that they've now added to the DC
Okay.
universe, and she's this sort of
So clearly a very well known and
oh,
beloved character.
terrible in that. I thought she was awful. They changed her so much. Um, I just one of the worst things about this movie is it's fucking boring.
Oh, it's really long.
Yeah,
Or it felt
and
really long.
it felt longer than 2 hours, and it's only like 2 hours.
And I couldn't
But
believe it was
oh,
2 hours. I was like honestly, this should have been an hour and a half. Like
mhm. it
I just couldn't wait for it to end.
the middle bit just fucking drags, and it's oh my god. I I wanted to like more of it, but I didn't. It's just terrible. I really dislike this movie. And
I
anybody who says this is better than Man of Steel
It's not.
can fuck off.
I'm
I'm
not a big
sorry.
I am not a big fan of Man of Steel, and I've been quite critical of it in the past. This is way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse.
However, love Man of Steel. I
I know
think
you
it's
do.
got
Yeah, and that's cool. I wasn't a
problem.
big fan. I would watch Man of Steel over this any fucking day.
Absolutely, I will. I'd watch that movie 5 times over this.
Yes, 100%.
You know, that movie's got stupid things with Pa Kent in that as well, but at least it did try to do something a little different. A
At
little
least we got Russell Crowe riding a giant dragonfly.
exactly. We got Russell Crowe riding a dragonfly,
Worth it for that.
and we got Kev. You know, Cavill being heroic and looking like bloody Superman. I mean I love that fucking scene when he's on the oil rig and
That's there's some really nice setup bits
that's
in that movie.
great Superman moment.
That was a reasonably good origin story they did, apart from the whole no son, I must die in this
Yeah,
tornado
yeah,
bullshit.
I'd rather get killed by the tornado than have you swoop over without anybody seeing you move and save me from the tornado. Sure,
Yeah, why not?
but you know,
No son,
compared
I must die now.
compared to this, I mean, God, oh, it's just so full of silly,
And of
dumb.
course, Man of Steel's also got fucking Michael Shannon chewing scenery,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
very enjoyable.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I like the cast of this movie. I do. Well, I certainly like all the actors, and David Cornsweet I thought was fine. It's everything else.
he definitely needed more to do. They
We needed more Superman
I think
moments.
he could have been a pretty good Superman if given the opportunity to actually
I
be
agree.
Superman.
I agree. I think
Uh,
he's got charisma. I think he looked
yep.
the part. I think he would have
Mhm.
been fine.
I wasn't overly keen on the outfit, but
No, but
at
again,
least
that's not him.
no, that's not him. I mean, I still like the red pants thing. I don't mind that,
No.
but I mean, they just didn't design them very well on this outfit.
Mm.
Um, it's there's just so much wrong with it. I hated the dog, but
Oh god, the dog
I like
annoyed me.
Crypto. I mean,
I
I like a lot of the really old Superman stuff with Crypto in. It's some of it's really fun and some of it's really So
I
I
just
when they said they were going to put Crypto in, I thought, okay, this could be good. This could be interesting. But he's not. He's horrible. He's awful. You know, when there's that bit where he turns up with and he's like, "Why did you bring the dog?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I didn't want it to kill my folks' cows." And you think,
yeah,
"Wow,
yeah. So because this dog on this planet is hideously dangerous and completely uncontrollable.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Uh,
Uh,
yeah,
and
I
the way he saves him from Ultraman by oh, those things are controlling Ultraman. Fetch them, boy.
yeah.
Oh, fuck off. It was
I think I just if you're gonna do a Superman movie, just at least the first one, maybe just do a Superman movie, not all
Mhm.
this other crap.
Yeah, we didn't need any of the other like sure, mention the Justice fucking gang
Yeah,
or
or a
just
cameo.
yeah, just
It felt like 40% of the movie was them.
mm. And they had that the text at the beginning saying, "Oh, like 20 centuries ago or whatever the fuck it was, and 20 years ago, what how many
Mm,
fucking years it was," and it was like this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and this is like,
that's
"Oh,
fine.
and that's enough of it, is it? Is that all we're gonna get? Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
That's all the explanation you're gonna get. Okay, fine." But yeah, oh god, there's just yeah, he was the wrong. By watching this, it pretty much proved everything I thought about James Gunn doing a Superman movie, and that was he should never have done it.
And I'm a big James Gunn fan, by the way,
Yeah,
in general.
yeah, I love
This was a horrible misstep.
The
Horrible.
Guardian movies are great because he likes his quirky characters and he knows what to do with quirky
And
characters.
he's an old trauma guy.
Yeah,
Like I'm a huge trauma fan. Like I like James Gunn's work. This was a
love,
horrible misstep.
I love Slither. I think Slither is a
Yeah,
really great
yeah.
horror movie. It's really funny and it's really gross, and I love
And
it a
you're
lot.
right. His Guardians movies are fantastic.
Hmm
This
Because
is
that's his
oh.
wheelhouse. He likes quirky characters that he can do slightly silly things with.
And
That's not Superman.
that's great. But then you can't be the showrunner of the whole of DC.
No.
You just can't. Like, yeah, make your Batmite movie. Make your whatever movie. Your obscure character movie. Cool.
Yeah.
Your obscure team movie, because that's clearly what he wanted to do, which is why he forced that into this movie.
Well, and I think you can say that the original Reeves movies, they've got some weird little quirky moments in them, and
But
they've
like turning back time by rotating the
well,
Earth the
that's
wrong way.
always been a fucking yeah that's always been a fucking stupid thing. But I think that was because people didn't quite know how to do superhero movies yet, and they didn't quite know what Superman could do and what he
I
can.
didn't realize until I saw a YouTube video, um, while we were off air.
Hmm.
That was meant to be at the end of Superman 2. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there was
I
it
didn't
all
know that.
sort of chopped and changed, didn't it? Because
Yeah, I didn't realize that was to undo all of the Zod stuff. Apparently,
yeah, so there's some weird stuff going. But the thing is that at no point did you not believe Superman in those
no.
movies. It, Reeves' Superman was just the right of shocks, doggone that you believed him. Whereas I don't think sometimes
But
the
he was also tough
concept,
and stern when he needed to be.
exactly, you believe when he was like, you know, when he's telling Lex that he's a monster, and when you believe him. He's even got a slight edge to him. You think, oh, hang on a minute, this guy means it.
Yeah.
You didn't get any of that with this Superman. It was just at
Well,
no time did he get to be heroic. He just
no.
kept doing bumbling shit and falling into each situation.
And did you ever feel like he was the strongest metal human on the
No,
planet? Because he seemed really like he was just getting his ass handed to him all the time.
because the first thing we see of him is him getting fucking wrecked.
Which I didn't
You don't
mind,
even
but
see him getting wrecked.
I then assumed that would be a flash forward and we'd go back
Yeah.
afterwards and see, um,
I thought they'd show it, but they didn't.
there's a really telling behind the scenes video which they released, and I think they released it thinking this would look good. I don't think it looked good at all. I actually think it explains everything about this movie. It's the scene where Superman does the "I'm human," I make mistakes. I'm human. How dare you, Lex, call me an alien? I'm not an alien. I'm as human
Yeah.
as anyone.
Yep.
That scene.
Mhm.
And the behind the scenes video, I don't know if you've seen it, but the behind the scenes video is basically David Cornsweet going, "What the fuck am I doing?" It's just
Yeah.
basically like, I don't understand. I've just had this talk with Pa Kent, like, and
Yeah.
I'm over all of this. Why am I acting this? I don't understand this, James. Like, explain this to me. And then
Yeah.
in the end, it gets to the point where he goes back to talk to James Gunn. James Gunn gives him some like horrible answer where he's like, "Oh, well, you have kind of resolved that, but you're kind of doubting it still." Yeah, well, whatever.
I don't think James Gunn really understands a
Uh,
heroic superhero. Not
no. And
sort of.
David Cornsweet does give a really good performance after that, but like you can see his frustration. You're like, was this the whole movie?
Yeah.
Just like people going, "What am I doing now?" Like, what are these words?
Yeah.
Can't recommend this one.
No, and I can't recommend this. And like you, I don't think I could be bothered to watch anymore.
No,
I'm not going to
no,
watch Supergirl because I think that's the next one coming up.
absolutely not.
I'm not going to bother with that. And I quite like Millie Alcock. I thought she was great in
But I liked everyone in this. I like the cast of this.
Yeah, no.
Like it's not anything against the cast
Nope.
or even the character of Supergirl. I'll watch a Supergirl movie if it's why not?
No, the Supergirl can, depending on the version of Supergirl, Supergirl can be wonderful. I mean, one day we'll get a really good.
I was gonna say we haven't had a good one yet, but
We'll have a really good Power Girl one day. But that's my own little. That's my own little thing. I've always loved Power Girl more than Supergirl, but you know the problem with Power Girl is you would need a lot more explanation as to why because Power Girl's the Supergirl from Earth 2.
oh, don't worry,
So
James Gunn will just pull it out of his ass and be like, "Yeah, we'll just not explain that. It's fine. She's from Earth 2. That's a thing. Moving on.
Yeah.
Now I've explained it. She's from Earth 2. I've explained it. Now moving on.
Yeah. No, this was fucking awful.
I can't recommend it at all.
No, I can't. I can't.
Not at all. It's overlong. It's got pacing issues.
Mhm.
It's completely nonsensical.
Yeah.
Cast are great. Some of it looks good. That's about it.
That's also the one of the problems I have with the movie as well is the amount of money they spent on it, and some of it looks terrible.
Some of it looks good. The kaiju looked awful.
The
Really
kaiju was
awful.
terrible. Then I also think that's partly the design of it.
Yes,
They made it look like
but it looked like the worst kind of CGI.
what are those? What are they called? Them like people really love them. There's a Mexican name. Is it Zotels or something? Zottles.
I've no
I can't
idea.
remember what they're called. They're those sort of like they're like I think they're amphibians. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I think it looked a bit like that.
Right.
And it's when he first comes out, it's like, oh look, it's Stitch.
Oh
They're
yeah.
releasing they're releasing Stitch. And then oh no, he's gonna get bigger. Of course he's gonna get bigger. We've seen the fucking trailer. We know we know what he's
Yeah.
gonna end up. Yeah, that looked fucking terrible and yeah, it's just not a good movie, and I cannot recommend it. I can't, and I really wanted to because I
Yeah.
love Superman.
You're a big Superman fan.
I
I
love
get it.
I love, I'm. It just continues the trend really of DC being shit.
Pretty
DC
much.
have never been able to get their shit together and sort themselves out. And
Not since
right,
1989, man. They were knocking out
yeah,
of the park in
no,
the 70s and in the
yeah,
80s and the early 90s, but after that,
the
Jesus.
early Batman movies, and
But
then
I would say from Batman Forever onwards, they have struggled.
and you know what? I'd fucking watch Batman Forever over this.
So would I.
At least that's something.
I'd have more fun with Batman and Robin than this, honestly.
Yeah,
I would.
uh,
It's funny.
that's
You
fucking
know,
awful. And
but
you
it's
know,
funny.
the thing is about those later Batman movies is you can see what Schumacher was trying to
Yeah,
do.
he was doing 60s Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he fully admits, you know, maybe they made some mistakes, but he says, "But I was trying to do what the best he could,"
Yeah.
and I believe him. I
Yes,
believe
me
what he was
too.
trying to do.
And I'm
It's
sure
just
James
not.
Gunn is doing the best here. I just don't. It's just
Is he
not
though?
a good.
I don't know. It almost feels like he's like sabotages in his own fucking universe.
I suspect his later films will probably get better. I just don't think he really likes Superman.
No.
And I don't know why he then decided to direct this. Is like, give it to someone else, dude.
Yeah, he really should have.
Give them give the director. This is the world I'm setting up. This is the
Mhm.
tone. This is the
Yeah.
color palette. This is the
Mhm.
humor. This is the world. Um, because he's now saying as well. We've been talking about this way too fucking long, but
Yeah.
he's now saying that he feels like when he was a kid and he read comics, you'd pick up issues and suddenly the art style would be dramatically different. And
Yeah.
he's right. That's how comics are.
Mhm.
He thinks that should apply to movies. So as
Yeah.
far as he's concerned, sequels in the same universe could have completely different tones, look totally different, not even recognizable to
Yeah.
this movie, and yet still continuity stands somehow.
It's always been one of those little pet peeves of mine about a lot of some comic stuff that you get, and you know sometimes on a run an artist will change,
It's
and you're like
really, really annoying.
the artist has changed the whole tone of what
Yeah.
the story is, and that's so bad when you're already established in a story where you've got I don't know, say Bill Yankovic, who has a very scratchy, elongated style,
Mm.
and then suddenly you've I don't know got some other bloody artist, Jim Lee or something, I don't know, and it's like, wow, that's quite a fucking difference you got there. What are you trying to do here? This just completely changed. Dread was terrible for that as well. Dread used to do some, you know, I
Oh
love
yeah.
Ascura. I love Ascura's Dread, and then we used to get fucking some of the ones with the really wide helmet, and it's like, oh, I hate that stuff.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah, you
hated
know,
that samurai dread, didn't you? Yeah.
yeah, I hated the Samurai Dread helmet. It looked
Yeah.
fucking awful. But you know, it is a comics book reader. You deal with it. I don't want to see
Not
that in
on
my movie.
film.
No, I don't want to fucking not the drastic that much. It's just you you need to have a core to it. Marvel used to do it well.
Mm.
Marvel, you know, established themselves. They built up. They took their time with the you know with the first couple of phases, and they did really well with those fucking characters. And you know, you wanted to see the next one. They haven't. DC's fucking never got. They want DC's forever wanted their Marvel now.
Yeah.
They've never wanted to wait and build on it. They just go, oh, we'll just do this now. It's like fuck, stop it.
Mm. Yeah.
So there you go. Not recommended.
No,
Avoid it.
not at all. Awful. I think I said when I first saw the trailer, this looked like a fucking migraine. It is just a fucking migraine of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not recommended. What else have you
No.
watched, Matt?
I have also seen Tornado.
Tornado.
So this is it's a John McLean directed movie and written. He previously did the Western Slow West,
Okay.
which had Fassbender and what was that kid's name? Cody Smith McPhee. And that's a very sort of slow, literally it's in the title.
Yeah.
It's a slow moving sort of uh, western that sort of moves through trying to track down sort of this guy trying to find his love sort of thing, while bounty hunters are also looking for
Hmm.
her and his father. And it's I really like that. It's a really really good movie.
Well, I didn't know this movie existed,
Mm.
but I watched the trailer today and I thought it looked great. So
Yeah, so this is it's set in Scotland in 1790s.
hmm.
And uh, basically, the sort of main character is Tornado, played by Cookie, and she and her dad, um, played by Takahiro Hira, are well, basically he was obviously a samurai, and now he is with his daughter in Scotland, um, running a puppet show, making a bit of money from this sort of like this samurai based puppet show, which is it's quite cool. They've got these samurai puppets that they bring out and they work, and then there's like a big flash and he comes out like dressed as the bad guy, and she turns up. I am Tornado, and they sort of mock fight, and it's all to sort of the cheers. So you've got those you start with Tim Roth's Sugarman, who is clearly the bad guy. He's got this group of wrong'uns, including Roy McCann's kitten, and we've got Jack Loudon is his son, Little Sugar, and you learn that it basically starts off at the point that something's happened, and then you slightly go back to see what happened. But the gist is,
The sensible way of doing that, yes.
yeah, the gist is that they've
Unlike Superman.
yeah, so they've robbed. I forget what it is. They've robbed a church, I think maybe, but they've got a load of gold. And they've just done this robbery. And while they're sort of walking along, they sort of split up to sort of well, we need to meet up at there. So they sort of split up. One of the guys, a small group of the guys are going past the puppet show, and they stop to watch, and they put the money down. And then this opportunist little thief, he's just called the boy.
Hmm.
He is like picking pockets of the crowd and sort of and he sees the bag and he basically grabs it and runs off. Now Tornado, from the top of the wagon, while she's doing the puppets, she's clocked him stealing, and she sees him with the like go off with the bag. So she gets down and after the sort of so she runs over to him. She grabs the money and they hide it in the wagon. Now Little Sugar, the Jack Leyden character, he sees all this. He sees the kid steal the money. He sees her take it and put it in her wagon, um, and he says nothing. And he tells the other two guys that he's with, "Oh, there's somebody. Like, look around. That somebody else must have taken it." So you get the impression that he's had enough of being his father's lapdog, and he wants to steal the money for himself and go out on his own. So basically, what then happens is you get this chase where Tornado um, is is chased into this manor house, and
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to find her, and they're trying to find the money, and you've got a small appearance of Joanne Wally as this woman who works in like a theatre troupe. So you've got like a strong man, and you've got a guy who throws knives and stuff,
Awesome. Yeah.
um, and uh, at some point it looks as though the puppet show was part of that troupe, and there's a poster of the samurai guy sort of thing, and you get all this. So I'm not going to sort of spoil too much, but it is a sort of it's basically a sort of that sort of westerny sort of samurai movie. Really, it's got those sorts of the tropes of vengeance and bad people doing bad things, and it's pretty good. Um, it suffers from underdevelopment. You're introduced to these characters, and you never really get a feel for them, other than Roth's Sugarman, who establishes himself quite early on as the bad guy, and you're like, oh, it's Tim Roth being
Yeah.
the bad guy, and okay, fine.
Tim Roth's default is bad guy. So
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
think yeah. It's like him and Gary Oldman have got that sort
Yes,
of
yeah. They've always got that. Even when they're playing good guys, they've got that edge where you're like,
yeah.
at any moment.
Everyone is they're gonna you know split and go mental. Um, yeah, I think also the main problem is Koki, the girl playing Tornado. I'm not saying she's a bad actress, but she's not terribly good either, and she doesn't have the sort of ability to pull off. I think the samurai stuff that she should be.
Oh, okay.
There are some nice sort of like little fights in it, but they're a bit too choppy and a bit too sort of. It's really annoying because you can see what they're doing. They're trying to do. It's like they're trying to sort of riff on something like I don't know, like the Baby Cart movies, or they've
Sure.
got that sort of. You even get some sort of like arm chopping and some fountains of blood stuff, which is really nice. It's really good to see. Um, but it doesn't hold together as well as Slow West does.
Right.
It's slightly disappointing. Um, it has that sort of feel of, and then this happens, and then they go here, and then this happens, and they go here, and then this happens, and they go here, and it's like dum dum. It's like, oh, could you just give us a little bit more of that? Could you
Yeah.
just give us that little bit more? Could you show us those characters a bit more to get us a little bit more feeling for them? And it doesn't do that. It doesn't give you time to sort of even with her father. It's like who Takahiro Hara, who's a fucking great actor. He's been in all sorts of bloody stuff from the Shogun series to Haji to he was in Legacy of Monsters. He's been in some really good
Yeah.
stuff. He's a great actor. He doesn't get enough to do. He's kind of underused, and you're like, oh, we could have just done with a little bit more of him, and a little bit more
Sure.
of the other characters, and the, yeah, it's it's one of those movies where you can see all the parts and you can see what they're trying to do, and you just think, oh, just with a few tweaks, this could have been a really, really good movie. And what it is it is a sort of an average movie that it's okay. It's certainly sort of helped by Tim Roth, and you know that she's she's okay. There's no real spark to her. I think
Mm.
they're with another actress, maybe that they could have should have given it a little bit more life, but she feels a little dull, and it's just it was a little bit of a disappointment, and I
That's a shame.
wanted
I
to like
thought the trailer was really
yeah,
strong.
the trailer
So
was fantastic.
yeah.
The trailer really gives you a feel for it, and the thing is that that is kind of the movie.
It's just a little shallow, I guess.
Yeah,
On the
it's
character
not.
front.
It's just and you just sort of think, oh, you've given all these you've got these really interesting characters that you just haven't developed just enough. You just a little bit more could have made those people way more interesting and could have made it a much better movie. So I would sort of I'd recommend it in that it's beautiful. I will say that it's beautiful and the music's
Mm.
great. It's the McLean really does know how to frame a scene, and it really shows off the Scottish countryside brilliantly.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough. I would highly recommend Slow West. Again, that's not your average western. It is a slow burning western. It's one of those sort of movies. That one I would say is really good, and I would recommend that one. this one, I think I would just say it's only an hour and a half, so give it a go if you
Hmm.
like this sort of thing, because it does have its moments. It's just not good enough.
Sure. Um, I will probably give this a go anyway. Because
I
in an
mean, I
hour
don't,
and a half, it's like,
yeah, that's it.
fine.
It's only an hour and a half, and I said it's Tim Roth's great in it, and there are some really nice little scenes.
Hmm.
It's just that you just keep feeling that it could have been
More.
more. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could have just with a few tweaks, it could have been a much better movie,
fair enough.
better than
Well,
Superman.
every
that's
movie we're talking
that's
about today,
our new Superman's
the low
our
bar.
new
It's the new
devil.
low bar.
Superman.
Um, so we're now going back, a month back into older movies that I've watched.
Mm,
So memory will probably fail me a little, but I saw 28 Years Later,
mm,
the latest sequel to 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. From Danny Boyle, he's come back with this uh, new sequel, starring Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes. Um, so it's supposedly a continuation of the same story. So we kind of open in 2002. It's the initial outbreak and whatnot. Great opening. We see these kids watching Teletubbies, and they do that kind of, oh, it's a nice domestic picture, but then you're hearing shouting in the background, and then the kids are trying to watch this show, and they're entertained by the Teletubbies, but of course there's the outbreak going on, um, leading to a child escaping. Really cool shot, really really great, really well
mm.
directed, as you would expect from Danny Boyle. Really really well directed, really wonderfully framed, everything great. Um, so effectively after that we skip forward, as the as the title of the film would suggest, 28 years. We skip forward 28 years, and there was a second outbreak, and the rage virus has now been eradicated from pretty much everywhere except Britain. So the British Isles are patrolled by naval forces that will just, it's like fucking Escape from New York. They'll shoot you down, or they'll
Yeah,
blow you out of the water.
yeah. So basically, Britain has been quarantined. It's like,
Britain has indeed, yeah, it's been quarantined, um, and we're introduced to uh, Jamie and his wife Ilsa, or Isla, um, and their son Spike. Uh, they are, or I should say, Jamie and Spike are going to go to the mainland because they're on this island where there is no rage disease. For reasons they have never been picked up and rescued. They just haven't.
right.
There's no one infected there, but no, they're just staying there. Anyway, whatever. They've got a nice little community going on. They set off to the mainland, which initially when I was watching it, I was like, I guess they're going to the mainland for supplies. That would make sense. No, it's a really dumb coming of age hunting ritual
Mm.
where he has to go and kill an infected.
I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that as a sort of a
Well,
community.
when your community's isolated and completely free of the virus, I think sending people randomly for fucking, hey, you need to prove yourself, kid, to go get the rage monsters. Like, maybe just leave the rage monsters on the mainland and just live happily in your community on this island. I don't know. Seems like a sensible thing to me.
Yeah,
But
but
anyway,
you wouldn't have a film then.
wouldn't have a film then, correct. And what follows is very good. It's very cool. If you can deal with that minor conceit early on,
Mm.
they go on this coming of age ritual, and we're reintroduced to the rage creatures, now led by an alpha. There's an
Mm.
alpha. He's stronger and more intelligent. It's like Day of the Bub, or Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead's probably a better one.
Yeah.
Better
Not the
comparison.
Vegas one,
Sorry.
because that Vegas one that had alphas in it.
Oh yeah, that did too. The Snyder one, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So they yeah. So anyway, they escape back to you know whatever. They get away, but we're introduced to them again. Very creepy scenes in the woodland, really well shot. Looks great, creepy. Um, some weird stuff starts to happen though, where all of the rage people are naked. All of them, the whole movie. And it's really creepy visually, and it looks really creepy, and it's really effective as a visual. But it starts to feel like, but why? And it starts the what I felt was a disconnect between this movie and the previous films. Like it almost felt like it was not related to the previous films at all. In a weird way, it kind of felt like its own thing because why are they all naked?
Yeah.
I
As I
don't.
said, I heard the alpha's quite well endowed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. He's doing all right for himself. Um, but anyway, Spike makes his first kill. They go back to the island. Hooray! Spike is dismayed because Jamie makes up a load of bullshit. Like effectively, what happened was heroic enough. Spike hesitated. He fucked up a bit, but he did get his kill or whatever, and you know. But when they get back, of course, Jamie tells this big story to the whole of the ale house or whatever, and you know, and Spike's kind of you lied, and then he kind of runs away. He's upset and whatever. Um. Anyway, he discusses with a friend about his mum. His mum is ill. She has some kind of illness, quite debilitating. She has mental moments. She's very weak. She needs medical attention. They don't really have that on the island. And someone on the island suggests because when they were doing their hunting expedition, they saw a fire in the distance. Rage monsters, I guess, don't do that. They don't do fire. And someone on the island suggests that it must be this former GP who went into exile. And so Spike is then determined that he's going to go back to the mainland to find this doctor and bring the doctor to the island to save his mum. I think that was the initial plan. Or was it? I think that was the initial plan, or it wasn't. But either way, his mother ends up coming with him. So in the end,
Right.
it's him and his mother going to the mainland. They sneak out, and of course, you know, Jamie is trying to find them, but they head out, and it's basically their travel across the mainland to this doctor. They meet a few people along the way. We kind of see the state of things in England along the way. And we see the effects of this illness. You know, the illness is starting to take her, and she's starting to forget things and remember things when she was a kid. And, you know, she's starting to hallucinate and see, you know, she's clearly really got issues. And she's clearly deteriorating fast.
Right.
The doctor turns out to be Ralph Fiennes. I don't think that's a spoiler. It's in the
No,
trailer.
it's in the trailer.
And it goes from there. They're being hunted by the Alpha. If you remember in 28 Days Later, even a fucking drop of blood can send you into a rage-induced...
Yeah,
make
that's
you into a rage monster.
one of the best scenes in the movie is the scene where Brendan Gleeson gets the bloody
get it in the
his
eye.
eyeball.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, that's enough to change you. It's like,
People
Jesus.
get covered in blood in this. She like the mother, she there's a scene where she's just covered in blood, and I'm like, really? We're not gonna... Okay, I guess she's fine. Don't worry about it.
Do they establish that it's mutated maybe and it doesn't
I
infect?
mean, maybe that's the thing, and I missed it. I don't remember them saying that.
Right.
They do say that they've changed because they're slower in some places, and they're kind of, you know.
Yeah, you've got your. It sounds like you've got your computer game trope of
Yes, some are
different
slow, some are fast. Yeah. Boss battle, you know. we've got our boss,
Yeah.
our main boss, which is the alpha and whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, it goes on from there, and honestly, as its own thing, I thought it was really well directed, well acted. The action scenes are great. It really enjoyable, actually. I thought it was a really a fine movie overall. You add Ralph Fiennes into any movie, and it's great.
Yep.
I thought he was
Yep.
great in this. Um, really, really, I for the most part, although I felt like it felt slightly disconnected from the other two movies.
Well, that's so. From what I've heard,
Yeah.
they kind of ignore a lot from the second movie.
So I barely remember the second movie.
Right. Okay.
I remember vaguely the plot, and I remember it kind of annoyed me because someone gets infected, but then they remember their wife and they travel across and rage. Don't they? Doesn't he remember his wife and he goes back to kill his wife or some shit?
No, no. The kids go to look for her. The kid,
Right.
the basically the so the in the beginning of the movie, Robert Carlyle and his wife
But
are in the
doesn't
house.
Robert Carlyle get infected and then he goes back and kills?
No, so
See, my
the
memory of
two
this movie is so spotty. I remember
yeah so,
28 Days Later really well, but this movie
yeah that's because 28 Days Later
was
are
better.
like
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
The second one is okay.
Yeah.
I like a lot of it.
Sure.
So there are the two kids were away on a school trip to France, I think. So
I
they
remember
missed.
the opening because the opening was really good.
Yeah, the opening's really good, and
Because
it
he
uses that.
freezes, doesn't he? He freezes.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
he
Or he
legs it.
runs actually in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he legs it and leaves her to get munched. Um, so the kids turn up, and they've established like a lot of it's moved on. A lot of the I was gonna say aliens, and a lot of the infected have like died away because they've still starved to death and all that sort of stuff. And the Americans have moved in and they've set up this. They've sort of they're reinvigorating parts of London.
That's right.
And the two kids come back, and I think the dad's working as I think he's like a janitor or something in his facility, and he they don't like the explanation he gives for what happened, so they want to go. They decide to go home. They want to go to their where they used to live. So they escape and they go to them. And when they get there, they find the mum there, and
That's right.
she is a carrier. So she's
That's right.
yeah. So she's
I knew
infected.
someone came back with the infection. I thought it was him, but
Yeah,
it was her. That's right.
she's mostly herself, but she is infected. So she goes in. So that, the Americans turn up and they go to the house, they grab her and they bring her back, and they're doing tests. And then he, like a fuckwit, goes in to see his wife.
That's
like,
right. Yes.
and he kisses her.
Yes, that's right. Now
And
it's
that's
coming back to me.
Yeah, that's how he's infected, and then that's how he spreads it out.
I don't know
And then
that.
at the very end, it ends with like an invasion of Paris, basically.
Yeah. So I think in this one they don't necessarily ignore that. They just say that it was beaten back somehow.
Right.
They just they beat it back.
Okay.
The second outbreak was stopped for some reason. I don't know. In any case, as a whole, I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was really well shot. I enjoyed most of it. I'm gonna have to spoil the and this is set up for the next movie. I will say before I say this in no way spoils the main plot of this movie at all. This is like something they add as a teaser for the next movie. And we're talking the final 2 minutes of the movie. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 3-4 minutes.
I have heard what happens at the end.
Have you?
Yeah.
Good. Because this is the fucking dumbest thing I could possibly. It makes no sense.
I don't know what the thought process.
I have no idea. I was completely bewildered. I was enjoying this movie, and overall, I do recommend this movie. I just recommend you fucking turn it off when the main plot ends, and don't bother with the sequel, I guess. So right at the end of the movie, the kid at the start, Jimmy, who ran away, we see him at the end. He turns up with a gang. and they are all dressed like Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
And he says to our protagonist, "Hey, and he comes to his rescue, and he says, "Hey, I'm Jim, and I'll fix it for you." Now, this seems in pretty fucking poor taste to me, for a number of fucking reasons. Some pretty obvious reasons. Americans, I don't know if you know, Jimmy Savile, pedophile, a celebrity DJ disc jockey back in the day, horrendous sexual abuser, pedophile, I believe. Horrible, horrible, horrible piece of shit scumbag.
Yeah.
Why? Whose victims are still out there, by the way? They're not fucking dead. It's not like we're doing the Titanic and pretty much everyone's gone.
No, absolutely not.
Jesus, there are people that suffered from this monster who are alive, lots of them. Fine, then maybe they've gone to see this fucking movie for an escape. Great. But also, let's take emotion out of this, Matt.
Yeah.
These were kids in 2002. I was born in 1984, and I barely fucking knew Jimmy Savile was before the scandal. Like, he was just a weird creep who turned up every now and again. Like, a kid in 2002 is gonna, like, emulate Jimmy. What the fuck? Like, it doesn't even make sense. If they were dressed as Teletubbies at the end, you'd be like, all right. Like, I guess. At least that made sense. Like,
I actually wrote to Jimmy Savile.
I'm sure, because back in...
I wrote to Jimmy Fix It. I wanted to meet Darth Vader, so I wrote to Jimmy Savile to meet Darth Vader. Nothing ever happened, so thankfully, never happened. But the thing, I heard someone say that they liked the idea of the world ended before all the stuff came out about him happened.
Yes, so none of it. So any commentary you're going to now do will not work. You can't do any commentary because the scandal broke, what, like 5-10 years ago?
Yeah,
10 years ago, probably more than that.
Probably more than that now, but it was, you know,
it was certainly after 2002.
Yeah, theoretically, the end of this world happened before it came out.
Exactly.
So they like the idea of this gang still thinking that, you know, nice Uncle Jim was Jim will fix it and he can fix everything. So that's why they did this. I don't understand what, and
I don't understand why kids in 2002 would do that.
Yeah, that's an idea you have, and you go, let's not.
Yeah, that's a really terrible idea.
It's a really fucking weird idea. Can we not do that?
Yeah, Danny, that's a shit idea.
Yeah, let's not do that. There you go. That's what they decided to do.
Bizarre choice, and left a really fucking horrible taste in my mouth at the end of what I considered was a pretty good movie until that point, honestly. So I do recommend the movie, and I don't think that's really spoilt the plot because the rest of the movie's fine. That ending has made me instantly go, this was a great movie. I do not want to watch the sequel. Like, I've no interest at all in anything you're doing beyond this point. I don't know
I've heard mixed reactions to it, and I was kind of slightly put off by it, so I haven't got around to watching it yet.
Well, I genuinely enjoyed most of the movie. Thought it was fine. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's a zombie movie, you know, with some really good acting.
Yeah.
But that ending, man. The ending to the actual story is fine. It's obviously setting up for more.
Yeah. Well, I think he's planning on 2 more, I think.
Yeah. Which is cool, but Jesus, I couldn't believe that shit. So yeah, anyway, what else have you watched?
So, I think I'll make this one a brief one.
Okay.
So, I also saw Black Creek.
Now, Black Creek.
Yes.
Can I just say?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck? What monster named their son Patrick Kilpatrick?
Yeah.
Who did that? What monster did that? Mr. Kilpatrick, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. It's he's been in some great movies.
No, I know, but every time I see his name, I'm like, who does that?
Weird, isn't it? So I saw the trailer for this a while ago.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer now.
And I thought, okay, that looks kind of terrible, but I had this huge wave of nostalgia come over me. I mean, it's Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah.
It's Richard Norton, Don the Dragon Wilson.
Uh-huh.
It's Patrick Kirkpatrick. It's Keith Ventali. It's Benny Akides. I mean, in very minor roles.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like, oh my god, this is like, you know, peak early 90s cast for an action
Yes. Yeah.
movie, you know. So basically this was, I think it was a crowdfunded Cynthia Rothrock project. I think she like,
Okay, it looks crowdfunded.
yeah, it's she basically, it was her darling. She really wanted to do this sort of western, so she, you know, she organised it, and you can tell it's her baby.
There's
Um,
something a bit. Oh, that sounds too harsh.
go on.
Okay, there's something a bit, dare I say, Glenn Danzig about this trailer. In terms of the budget and the look,
Yes.
it's very. It looks kind of like a cheap porn, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the vision, like the way it's shot, it's got that Glenn Danzig. This could just be a really bad porn movie, which is what Glenn Danzig makes.
Yes. It does. I
It
mean, it
has
is.
that look to it. I'm not saying that's the content of this movie, but it
The fact
has
that
that look.
but the fact that you've got these old, you know,
Yeah.
martial arts stars in it does make it at least elevate it slightly above
I know.
that.
I'm sure it's not as bad as a Danzig movie. That's way harsh. But
Okay, so basically we've got Cynthia Rothrock's character, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
She's this sort of, you know, tough, driftery type character, and her brother, the sheriff, played by Patrick Kirkpatrick. He's just like, it starts with him. He's just done some justice, and he
He's
goes home.
just done some justice.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
you know,
Yep.
he's sorted some criminal out,
He's
and he's gone home.
distributed justice.
Yeah, he's gone home to his wife and his family, and they're all there. And Richard Norton turns up as this is the sort of is the is basically the uh oh bloody hell, the character from Unforgiven.
Okay.
He's basically, you know, the rich guy who wants to own the town, and he says he owns his land, and obviously they kill them all, and then Cynthia Rothrock turns up, and it's like, oh, where's my brother and my niece and all that, and my sister and all that sort of stuff, and basically then it's like her trying to get revenge on Richard Norton's character. And you get like fight scenes, and you get Benny Akides doing a fight scene, and you get like terrible acting, and you get really the sort of fight scenes you kind of expect from 68-year-old Cynthia Rothrock and, you know, Don the Dragon Wilson. and they're okay. It's fine. This movie's fucking 2 hours long, and every scene
2
feels like,
hours.
yes, it's 2 hours long, and every fucking scene feels like you could have shaved off like 5 minutes.
But
Every scene.
I'd also think how much better that you could have spent some more money on making it look better if you'd just done an hour and a half, maybe.
This is CGI bloodtastic.
I'm sure.
Oh, and there's even this scene at the end, which was hilarious. You've got Cynthia. You know, she's done that. She's, you know, done the good deed, and she's walking out
Sure.
of the house, and she's walking along. You know, she's walking towards away, and then she's walking towards us.
Yeah.
And they literally cut her out and put her on the thing, and you think, oh, what? That's like, she's breaking up at the edges. This is really, really fucking
Oh
bad.
God, really? Oh no.
And the next scene, you see where they've taken that scene from. It's her walking along this road. It's like, oh, that.
Oh,
no.
so they didn't even like green screen her really badly. They actually just
They took
honked
it
her
from
out of
another.
an existing scene. Oh
Yeah,
Jesus.
and put her down on this scene. Yeah, every
The
scene
like
goes on.
lighting's flipped, everything's wrong. Like
Yeah,
just,
oh yeah,
yeah.
completely.
Oh no.
Every scene is 5 minutes longer than it needs to be. Every fucking thing goes on too long. Every sort of like bad cliche joke is just
Oh
goes on
man.
slightly too long. The dialogue is appalling. The acting is appalling. I mean, you know, with the best will in the world, Cynthia Rothrock was never a great actress anyway.
No.
She was fun.
Yes.
We watched China O'Brien because it was a attractive woman kicking ass.
For reasons.
You know, for reasons, whatever. And with say with most of those
For
movies, we were watching.
adolescent reasons.
Yeah, exactly. We were watching most of those action movies for the sheer entertainment value
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them. They were
yeah.
fun. This
Ain't
could
it?
have been that if they lost half an hour, it
Yeah.
might have been more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's the thing is she's really. I mean, she's 68 and she's really impressive. She can still do the splits and bender. She does that scorpion kick that she does. She can still do that.
And I'm a huge fan, by the way, because I do think it's underrepresented of seeing older women in leading roles. Like, so
Absolutely,
from that perspective, I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, a 60-year-old woman in a leading role, awesome,
yeah.
and an action
It's
role as well. It's cool.
it's just this is not
It's
very
just
good.
everything else. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you see the trailer, you know what you're going to get.
Yes,
Um,
I
I,
agree
I, would,
because I've seen the
I,
trailer and this is what I thought I would get.
I would recommend it to any Cynthia Rothrock fan. That's kind of who I would,
Sure.
anybody who likes Thunder Dragon Wilson, or anybody who likes that sort of late 80s, early 90s, like Hong Kong action movies
Mm.
that were great then. You'll get a kick out of this. It's as I said, it's too fucking long, but it's okay in that respect. But anybody else, I'd say no, just don't bother, because it's not even a good western. It's really it's even like you do hit. I mean, with a lot of westerns, you expect cliches and you expect certain beats. It's
Of
just kind of
course.
the way
Yeah.
that westerns are. The westerns have that sort of thing, and for the most part, you enjoy those things. This one does everything that you expect, just that little bit badly.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So, I, as a as a like as a
A,
lead, a female led movie, go for it. As a
as a
Cynthia Rothrock fan,
curiosity. Yeah.
yeah, as a curiosity and as a Cynthia Rothrock fan, sure, this might be for you. Anybody else, just don't. It's not worth it. It's really bad.
Okay. Well, fair enough. That's pretty much what I got from the trailer, so
Yeah.
that tracks. Um, I will very briefly talk about my final movie. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Mm.
Starring all of those people. You know who they are: Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
Continuing on from part one. Don't know if you saw part one, but
I have seen
spoilers. It was an AI. It was
It's
evil
it's
AI.
not it's not one of the good ones.
No, it's one of the bad ones. And it
And
turns
I mean,
out,
killing off fucking Rebecca Ferguson was a fucking stupid thing to do.
yes, agreed. But there was some finality in this. It's the final reckoning, so we're moving to the end. It was the end, so fair enough. Maybe they're killing her off in the end. I thought the last movie would be about saving her and them living happily forever after, or something. But no.
Yeah, that would have been
Anyway,
nice.
the evil AI we learned in the end of the last movie is in it's in a submarine at the bottom of
Yeah.
the ocean. They need to go to the bottom of the ocean to retrieve things. So the entity is seizing control of nuclear systems from all the various governments, and it's basically started to start nuclear Armageddon. It's starting nuclear tensions between powers. There's like these doomsday cultists that are basically helping within each government, and they're making this happen. Ethan is, yeah, he's Ethan. He's gone rogue. What a shock! He goes rogue in every fucking movie. So of course he's
I,
gone rogue.
it's like, could you just not?
Could you do a movie? Could you do a Mission Impossible movie where you don't go rogue, sir?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're his boss, I'd be like, if I just started new at the job and I'm like the director, I'd be like, why the fuck? Like, why? Is there ever been a day when he's not gone rogue?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
they do eventually bring him in, and he speaks to the president.
Ooh.
But anyway, he's got to go on mission to get the he's got to get to the sub, which we saw at the end of the last movie. The Sevastopol, which was a Russian sub that was sunk somewhere. They don't know where the coordinates are, so they need to figure out the coordinates and whatnot. So off they go, and
you're making this really exciting, man.
I will say, no, this movie is really exciting. It's got some amazing action set pieces, as you expect from Mission Impossible. They just have the perfect formula for the perfect action scenes. The underwater scenes are amazing in this. The stuff on the Sevastopol is amazing. There's a really cool airplane sequence, which I'm sure fucking Tom Cruise just did because he's a maniac.
See, that's the problem they had is they've got that whole what do we do with him now?
Yes,
thing.
they do suffer with that.
How do we escalate? And to be fair, they kind of peaked with the one with Henry Cavill in.
I agree. I think that might be my favorite of the lot. Actually.
That was kind of their peak, and it's like, oh, what do we do after that?
I'm a big fan of Ghost Protocol, the fourth one. I think that is. That one's really good. But there's a few that I really like. But anyway, action they do perfectly, and they do it perfectly here. The plot's fine, I guess. So what they do in this movie is they're not just making a sequel, Matt, to part 1.
Right.
They make a sequel to every Mission Impossible movie they've ever made, going all the way back to the first one. The AI links back through every single, I swear to fucking God, throughout this movie, they link it back through so that the AI was in some way involved in every single Mission Impossible movie since the first one until now.
It was the AI all along.
The rabbit's foot in Mission Impossible 3, that was the AI, man. That was part of the AI thing. And the guy, remember the guy in Mission Impossible 1 when Ethan dropped the knife on the analyst? Rolf Saxon, he's in this movie. He's like a major part of this movie. He's the guy that got fired because of Ethan. And now he lives.
Spider-Man thing. It's like, let's collect all of the people.
Yes, right. Well, they collect him because he's he's a major part of them working out where the Sevastopol is. He basically was there, and he was working on. If I remember rightly, he was working on The Dangers of AI in like 1996. And he was ahead of the curve, and he saw it coming. But because of Ethan, he got fired, and he's blacklisted, and no one listens to him anymore. So they sent him to some remote place in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
But he's involved. So they weave a thread through all of the Mission Impossible movies.
Was he behind the fact that Phelps was a bad guy then?
Oh God, no! He's a good guy. Rolf Saxon.
Guy.
Rolf Saxon's a good guy. Sorry, no. Oh no, yeah, no. So Rolf Saxon, the guy that's the I forget the fucking character's name. The guy the knife guy from the first movie.
No, I'm talking about the first movie. John Voight.
I think I think they say something like he was working for the people that were developing the AI or some shit. They do weave it in. They do.
Of course.
There's flashbacks all through this movie where they weave it all the way through, and it's kind of in a way it's really endearing and it's really nice because they're like, oh yeah, okay, you're trying to tie them all together, but those early movies are so totally different. Like 1 and 3 in particular, because 3 is serious as a fucking heart attack. 3
is brutal as fuck in parts. It's really
and 1 is really dull. But they're weaving it all through, and you're like, this. I don't think these universes really mix. We never went to watch all these movies in order and think they were the same universe. It's like the X-Men movies. You take the last couple and you throw them out the window, and you just watch this one.
You just remember what happened in the last bit.
Remember the last one and move on from there. But bless them, they weave the web through all of it. So it's amazing fun. The action's fantastic, as you would expect. The plot is bare bones, but it's there. They weave this web. The biggest problem with this movie, you can lose a third of this movie. The first, I swear, they lost all confidence making this movie. Like, Or they made the movie and then they lost confidence and they filmed the first half of this movie, which is
Well,
basically them just explaining what happened in the last movie.
I think they panicked because the last movie didn't do very well.
Yeah. So as a result, they spend a ludicrous amount of time at the start of this movie explaining what happened in the previous movie.
Right.
Once you get past that, it's a fine movie. I would say, without spoilers, it ends. It's a satisfying end, but it's like it feels like they could just do more. Like it doesn't feel like I was
It's like,
expecting some huge climax, and I guess because they've weaved this AI back through time,
yeah.
they're like, well, the mission is complete now. But it's like, well, most of you, I'm not going to spoil anything, but most of your characters are still there, so they could just continue.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel. I was expecting more of a finality to it. I didn't really get that. But I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I would just recommend you just watch the first hour or so on like, I don't know, 4x speed, and then watch the rest of the movie. Maybe it's
Oh,
not an hour. Maybe it's about half an hour, but it felt like a long time. They were going back
that's
over
not a
stuff.
good recommendation. That's never good.
But it is worth it once you get to the actiony bits, which are really good.
Right. Okay.
You know, it's not.
I mean,
It's not
I
terrible.
was disappointed in the last one. It. I don't understand why they decided
They
to.
definitely. You're right. They definitely peaked a couple of movies back.
Yeah. And the Haley Atwell character was like, "Oh, we need another woman to replace Rebecca Ferguson with, so let's choose
She has
Haley
more
Atwell.
to do in this one.
She's pretty and can act. Let's just chuck her in, but let's not really give her a proper character."
No, I mean basically it's like play that character you played in Captain America, but modern
Yeah.
day. Do that, please.
Play Peggy. Yeah.
Play Peggy if she was a thief. Okay.
They kept it felt very much as well like they just kept adding characters.
Yes.
Like kept adding bad guys and added like how many what organization is this person working for now? Who is this one?
Yeah, they do try and kind of bring that together by the end.
Really odd, but okay. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway because I have liked them since the third one.
I recommend it. I think you should. You know, yeah. The second one is shit.
Which is the most painful to me because that's a John Woo movie.
Yes, but it's.
And, I mean, they fucked him over. They did fuck him over. They didn't.
Yeah.
You know, that movie's like 3 different movies jammed together.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
It's terrible. And the first one is just fucking dull. And
It's really dull.
I've always never forgiven them for making him what's his face a traitor.
It doesn't make. He was like the main character.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like,
weird.
You made Phelps the fucking bad guy. You fuck off. No.
And Ethan is the fucking main character now. It is a weird choice, but
Very weird.
But anyway, I recommend it. It was a really fun action movie. It's over long, and they could cut the start out. But other than that, yeah, worth a watch.
Okay.
Anyway, news.
Yeah, let's get the miserable bit out of the way.
Sure.
Let's start with Terence Stamp.
Zod himself.
Yes, Zod himself. The wonderful Terence Stamp.
Yeah.
He was 87. I hadn't realised his last movie was Last Night in Soho, which I personally liked a lot. We got a lot of shit, but I really enjoyed it, and he was very good in it. But I've always loved Terence Stamp. He's been in some amazing movies. I mean, other than of course being wonderful in Superman 2.
Yeah.
Things like he was, Young Guns, and he was even in Alien Nation. I'd forgotten he was in Alien Nation.
I love Alien Nation.
Far From the Maddening Crowd. He's great. He's a real prick in that. I really love him in Far From the Maddening Crowd. Billy Budd, of course, the first movie he was in. And he sort of made this amazing comeback in the sort of 90s with The Limey, which have you ever seen The Limey?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, it's a really good British sort of. He's a British gangster who's just come out of prison, and his daughter's been killed,
and
he goes to America to track down the killers of his daughter, and he's great. He's like clearly this sort of man out of time. He's like this. He's a '60s gangster that's in '90s LA, you know, and he's trying to find what Peter Fonda is the bad guy in
Mm-hmm.
it. And it's really good. It's so I went to the cinema to see it, actually. It's a really, really nice, good, great movie. And of course, he was in Phantom Menace and stuff like that. And he was the original Stick in the Elektra movie. You
Right.
know,
Yes.
he was just in some really good, and he's a really, really great actor. And yeah, he'll be certainly missed. And
Absolutely.
from him, we have Robert Redford.
Oh, I mean,
Another one of those, big soaring, huge career from the '60s,
yeah.
onwards.
Sundance Kid.
Yep.
You know,
Uh, The Sting, wonderful. Jeremiah Johnson is probably my favorite movie of his. Actually, I love
Jeremiah
Jeremiah.
Johnson's wonderful. The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, Great Gatsby. He's great in The Great Gatsby. And again, he had that sort of brief comeback in the '90s as well, when he did sort of Indecent Proposal
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff like
just
that.
gonna say, Indecent Proposal was
Yeah, that sort of it kind of put him back on people's back in people's conscience. I
yeah,
think, because I think he didn't, I mean, he was still making movies, but I think he in the '80s, I think he fell out a little. Other than sort of Out of Africa and things like that. I think he not exactly forgotten, but he was just doing lesser movies, and then of course that Decent Proposal came out. It's like, oh yeah, we remember him. I have a real soft spot for Sneakers, but that's mainly because of the ensemble cast.
sure, yeah.
Because you've got Ben Kingsley and Dan Aykroyd and River Phoenix and Sidney Poitier, and it's
Yeah.
it's just one of those lovely little silly sort of throwaway things. And of course, he was in the Avengers movies, and
Your Captain
yeah,
America, yeah.
yeah, he had some fucking amazing career from movies and TV as well. He was in some like real classic sort of TV stuff. So yeah, again, another wonderful actor. He was 89, and
Yeah, decent age.
yeah, so we will be sorely missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
A
so
lot
from,
a lot of talent.
yeah, so from there let's go with the Deathstalker trailer.
Oh
Uh,
my god,
You,
I'm so
you,
excited.
you sent me I got a message from you saying I did not have on my bingo card a remake of Deathstalker.
Yeah,
And I
I
was like,
said Deathstalker was not on
no.
my 2025 bingo card. No.
I I was yeah, and I watched the trailer and was like, oh my god, they're taking it seriously.
The
They're doing
director is Psycho Gorman in The Fucking Void.
yeah.
It's actually a really talented director doing it as well.
The Void is fucking amazing. I
I
love
love The
that.
Void. And Psycho Gorman is amazing.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird movie, but
Weird,
it's
but amazing.
yeah. So it's in really good hands, and let's face it, as we
It's clearly
we would say,
a passion project.
yeah. And as you pointed out, let's hope they don't make him quite so rapey in this one,
Oh my god, no.
because that's the
Let's
start of that first movie is pretty fucking horrible.
I mean, Deathstalker's not the best movie anyway, but it is
No,
very
it's not.
enjoyable once you get past that.
Yeah,
That
and
opening
for
is
anybody who
rough.
loves those sort of '80s high fantasy movies, it's part of your childhood.
It is,
It's
yeah.
part.
Deathstalker and Beastmaster and, Barbarians, all of those,
They're
obviously
all
Conan,
very few of
and
them are
Hawk the
actually.
Slayer if you're, a Brit.
I
Um,
mean, very few of those movies are very good.
I
I'd
love Hawk
argue
the Slayer. I love a lot of those movies, but
Slayer and Krull, I would say,
Krull is an
are
awesome
peak.
movie. Yeah.
Obviously, Conan's probably the
Well,
best of all of
Conan is like objectively the best of them for
them.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I saw this trailer and I thought the kid in me who loved fantasy movies
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
so happy just seeing this
And
trailer.
at
I
the
was
end
like,
at the end
this
of the
looks great.
trailer at the end of the trailer when he pulls out that ridiculous sword,
Which
I was
looks
like,
even more ridiculous in this
"It
version.
does! It's even worse."
They've made it even shitter. It's great.
It's like, "Oh god, I love it."
And he
It's
holds it so earnestly at the end, and I'm like, yes, it looks
yeah,
great. It looks like so much fun.
yeah.
I guess next time we will be doing a review, a deep dive review. So hopefully by the time we get back to movies,
Yeah,
this will be out and I will be watching this. I don't think it's coming to cinemas in the UK.
I don't think so
If
either.
it does, I'll go.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
not, I'm gonna.
Actually,
If not, I'm
no
gonna get it
trouble.
on streaming immediately because I'm really
Yeah,
excited to see this. It looks like so much fun.
yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
Um, so I saw a trailer for a documentary
Hmm.
called "John Candy, I Like Me."
I didn't
Um,
know this existed, but
yeah,
like you, I'm a huge John Candy fan.
yeah.
So yeah,
Being the massive John Candy fan that I am, I was immediately like, okay, well, this is a must for me.
yeah,
Obviously, it's got not going to be for anybody who doesn't even know who. Oh well, I would say if you don't know who John Candy is, then this would be the perfect thing to watch.
yeah,
For it. It looks great. It's got interviews with all of his friends, all of the all the comedy greats that are still around. Um, yeah, I thought it was a very good trailer, and that this is one of those things that I would definitely get straight away
yeah.
when it comes. I'll review that. I thought it was wonderful.
Hmm.
Um, Baffling remakes. The
We've had a
hand that
few.
Yeah, the hand that rocks the cradle.
Note that we are not saying that Deathstalker is a baffling remake. We're
I
very
mean,
happy that that's happening. It's baffling, but we're
it's a
happy.
baffling remake, but this one is like, why would you do that?
It's
It's,
already a great movie.
yeah,
Yeah, it's an
and
odd choice. It's an odd choice.
ha- you're never gonna get as
No,
like evil and sexy as Rebecca De Mornay.
no,
So, good luck pulling that off. Um, I'm guessing they're probably going to take out the Ernie Hudson character,
probably.
unless they're going to cast it as a real disabled person.
Hmm, maybe.
Um, but I I saw the trailer and thought, no, I don't
I,
think so. I'll give that one a miss, thanks.
yeah, I agree.
It's it's got Ricky Lindholm and Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it, who are both great. But I don't quite know why we would do that.
No,
Baffles me.
it baffles
But
me too.
trailer that I was looking forward to, and as we discussed earlier, uh, I hate it. The Bride.
This, uh, I was very much looking forward to this,
Mhm.
like you, and that trailer. In my opinion, that film looks fucking awful.
Yep.
Like I was really deflated after seeing it because I was really looking forward to it, and I just yeah, I was like, wow, that just sucked all of the air out of the room for me. I just ugh, no, it's not
It's
for me.
no. I honestly, and I thought the initial photos we saw
It looked
of
fine.
Christian Bell's
He looks rubbish,
monster,
doesn't he?
he looks terrible. The
Yeah.
face all sort of squished and awful, and it just looks terrible.
Yeah.
And he's got a great cast. You've got Jake
Yes.
Gyllenhaal, Christian Bale, Jesse Buckley, Penelope Cruz, Peter Skarsgård, and it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's written by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it's like,
I
wow,
mean,
this
don't get me wrong, it could be great, but the trailer has
yeah,
done nothing for me. If
no,
anything, it's completely put me off watching it, to be honest.
mhm,
Maybe they'll do
yeah,
another trailer. If the reviews are really good, I'll probably end up seeing it anyway. But the trailer, I thought it looked awful.
yeah,
I was really disappointed.
I yeah,
Unlike Del Toro's Frankenstein, which I actually think looks really good.
I think that's gonna be a doozy when
Yeah,
that comes out. So that's that one is one
which
to look for.
is getting a cinema release now,
Yes.
which I'm really glad
So
about.
it is so I heard it's getting an American one. Or
Oh,
is it getting a British one?
I hope we get a couple of dates because I would like to see it in the cinema. I
Yeah,
felt
I will.
disappointed when I saw it was on Netflix because I was like, I feel like that's one I would go to the cinema to see.
Yeah. Um. So this was one that I thought, I think we need to discuss this one. So Nicolas Cage
You have my attention.
is teaming back up with Simon West
Ooh,
to do a movie called Fortitude.
Okay. Any
Which,
details?
so yes, so it's about Second World War espionage.
Right.
So it's about the sort of the sort of this amazing real life sort of OS plan that they put out there, misinformation and leaking like army positions where they weren't, and you know, increasing the numbers here and
Sure.
all that sort of like really cool sort of like real espionage stuff. And it's got, so the cast so far is Nicolas Cage, obviously, Matthew Good, Ben Kingsley, Alice Eve, Michael Sheen, Ed Skrein, Lucas Haas, Ronnie Ancona, and it sounds great. And you know, I think it's been 13 years since they worked together. They worked on a movie called Stolen, which I haven't seen, but apparently really badly flopped. So, which is why they've not worked together since. But
Right.
they remain friends, and they've remained sort of, you know, good buddies. And this is kind of this. I think this sort of fell in their lap, and they were like, "Let's do it."
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
Sounds good.
yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
let's face it,
Sold.
Con Air, Con Air is one of our favorite movies, and we've done that, and I like a lot of the other stuff he's done. I like the Tomb Raider movie and stuff.
Hmm.
So he's a pretty good director. So
Yeah.
I'm completely on board. I mean, you know,
It's Nicolas
Nick,
Cage.
I still haven't seen The Surfer, and I've got to see The Surfer.
Neither have I, but I am contractually obligated to watch every
Y-
Nicolas Cage movie, so
yeah,
I
exactly.
will.
So I will get round to it. And maybe I'll watch it for the next show. But
Sure.
yeah, so I think that's kind of it. Nothing else really tickled my fancy.
No, fair enough. Deathstalker.
Yeah.
What are we doing next time, Matt? Any thoughts
Uh,
yet? Or is it too soon to say?
I had a few ideas.
Okay. Do you want to
Uh,
pitch them or do you want to?
Well, it depended whether you wanted to do any tributes to Redford
I
or.
am completely open to whatever you fancy.
So, what was the last? So we did that one. Uh,
We did A Boy
so
and His Dog last, I believe.
should we do Jeremiah Johnson then
Sure.
for Robert Redford?
Yeah, sounds good.
Because it's my favorite, and I'm selfish.
No, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's aim for Jeremiah Johnson then.
We will be back next week with, or maybe next week. Hopefully next week. It's up and down a bit, but hopefully soon.
Yeah.
It all being well next week, if not soon after, with our review of Jeremiah Johnson. Until then, take care. Thanks for subscribing, those who subscribed during this period, by the way. Felt bad we weren't producing stuff. Thank you for subscribing. We will get back to regular content soon. Stay safe, take care, and we will catch you next time.